money to do that. A lot of money. Listen, can we get a round of applause for Brian Benjamin, who's standing in for Lady Teresa Freeman? You know, Brian is Teresa's surrogate son, and she just said, you better go up here and handle your business, brother. So, Brian, you're doing a great, great job. Listen, I will do anything, because I can bet there's only a fraction amount of people, a small amount of people in this room that actually knew who Alice Ragg Cornegie really was. She was probably one of the most prolific, most fantastic women that we've had in this community. She's never gotten her due, and I'm so happy that this political club is named after her. Alice Ragg Cornegie, I mean, I will show up and do anything in the name of Alice Ragg Cornegie. Clap if you know who Alice Ragg Cornegie was. All right. Well, we're gonna change that. So I just want to say happy holiday. I want to thank Teresa Freeman, District Leader Teresa Freeman. You know, she doesn't get paid for that job, and State Committee. I want to congratulate all of our honorees, because you're being honored by a wonderful woman who's done nothing but try and work hard on behalf of her community, our community, your community. So with that, she's sitting over there next to Bobby Humphrey, and you know, she's waving her hand. Wave your hand a little bit more, Teresa. And I am just so grateful to be part of a great team of elected officials here in Harlem. Certainly with our Congressman Charles Rangel, Senator Bill Perkins, and our great council member Inez Dickens. And so with that, I just want to say thank you so much. I know we have a few different parties going on. And if I can get one more round of applause, especially from Team Right, I'll get off the microphone. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
We'll get started in the next half hour or so with the honorees. Thank you. I'd like to give her the floor to say a few words as she sees fit. Madam Borough President.
Thank you very much, and I want to thank Teresa for always bringing us together, and I'm sorry about the passing of her mother. And I just want to thank Brian and everybody who makes this community and this club so special. It's an honor to be here tonight. I am always ecstatic to be with so many of you whom I've gotten to know through the community boards, civic organizations, women's organizations, people who care about how Harlem and the whole of the city goes. And so I want to thank you for being here. I know that this is a coming together. This is a community gathering. You should know that in our office we are working hard with the community boards. We're working hard on land use issues. We're trying to make a difference just like you do every single day. So it's a little belated, but Happy New Year. And thank you to the club, Teresa, and everybody who makes it such a unique and special place. Thank you.
Thank you, Borough President. Thank you. We also have with us from the West Side our Councilman, Brother Mark Levine. Mark Levine, want to say a few words?
Thank you, Brian. I just want to say a couple words about two very special people here. One is Ms. Freeman. Could you raise your hand, Ms. Freeman, just so we know where you are? I do not know anyone who has done more for this community over more decades and asked for less in return. Ms. Freeman has fought so hard, so effectively. She hasn't asked for power, she hasn't asked for money, she hasn't asked for media hype. She has worked hard because she believes with every fiber in her being in this community. We owe her a debt of gratitude. A big round of applause for Ms. Sylvia Freeman. Teresa Freeman. I want to say a couple words about Brian Benjamin, who is a man with intelligence, credentials, and connections, who could do anything.
Can't stop that microphone again.
I think I'm saying something controversial. The crowd does not want to hear this. This man could do anything. This man could go anywhere. And he chose to stay right here uptown, to work hard on behalf of this community with such impact and such grace. And we are very lucky and grateful to have him as a leader here uptown. A big round of applause for Brian Benjamin. And I know that you and Teresa, Brian, together would make the namesake of this club, Miss Cornegie, very, very, very proud that you've carried on her memory and her legacy in this club. It's wonderful to see you all, and thank you for being here. All the best.
Thank you, Mark. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge a couple of the political clubs that are also here. I know the Arturo Schomburg Democratic Club, represented by Nina Saxon. Nina, please. Nina, out of the way so I can see Nina, please. Thank you. And also, I believe the Chelsea Reform Democratic Club is here in the house. Can y'all say hello in the back? Say hi. If I'm missing, oh, I know the Frederick Samuel Democratic Club was also here. The Democrat Independent Club also here. The Community Free Democratic Club is also here. So we have, am I missing any clubs? Excuse me? Insomnia? Democratic Club is also here. Okay, great. All the political clubs are also have been announced. All right. Teresa. Okay, at this point, I'd like to turn the microphone over. Two more things. I would like to thank Grand Piata Dioro for hosting us this evening. Thank you so much. Amy and her team. I want to also thank Lorraine Knox, who's been volunteering on our behalf. Thank you so much. Also, Nye Whitaker, who's not here, but was doing a lot of work for us. I want to give her thanks as well. All right. So now I'm going to turn the floor over to our club president, David Weaver. Give David Weaver your attention for a couple minutes. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody, and thanks again for coming. And I also want to excuse me at the bar. Could you? It's a program going on out here. Could we just keep it down a little bit, please? Just a little bit. Thank you. Before I go any further, I just want to say a special thank you to our district leader, the Honorable Teresa Freeman, and also to acknowledge our sympathy for the loss of her mother. And she has been the backbone. She has been the backbone of Alice Carnegie since its inception. Teresa, we owe you so much. Let's give another great hand for the Honorable Teresa Freeman. Also, tonight, I want to announce that I am passing the torch. I have been the president of this club since its inception, and now it's time for the old guard to pass. She must
No, but I mean, like, I'm talking to the line.
Hello, everyone. I don't know who it is in the back, but I don't know who's on the side. But I want you all to be respectful.
Yes.
Everybody know my thing. You got to show some home training. If you don't have any, we're going to be taught that tonight. My name is Teresa Freeman. I'm a district leader and a state committee woman, and I'm proud to be that. Let me just say to you all, a lot of people say over the years, and I've been in New York, I don't even want to tell you because oh my God. But I just want to say something to you. I've seen some of you grow up, Tamika. Okay. And I'd just like to say to you all, I know it takes money because you know this rent is terrible. Light bill is terrible. You got to have a phone and all of that. But in my heart, since I come to New York, I came to New York and I told my mother I was not going to get into any trouble about protesting or anything like that. And that's the first thing I did, took over Sinham Hospital. I got kicked out of NYU Law School for a few minutes. I had some people that really helped me to maintain my existence in school. I had some good people who was behind me that really forced me and told me to make sure that I do something for this community, and that was Alice. Alice Rad Carnegie built those tree mill houses, Alice Rad Carnegie houses, the senior citizen houses on the east side. Matter of fact, I had her name placed 126th Street to 135th Street. And those are all those houses that she was implemented in getting to come. She was a housing guru. If you needed a place to stay, Alice would find it. She is the one that brought the first pathmark to Harlem. If you go into pathmark, coming out the door, you will see her picture. Because Alice, I mean, really worked. People used to say to me, she worked all day. When she died, you might not believe this, she was working. And so this is in her honor for me, because she the one told me, you keep doing everything, going to Brooklyn, Staten Island, Bronx, getting everybody elected. You need to get yourself elected. And I want you to run for district leader. I had no support at that particular time, but two people, and I'm going to talk about this person, David Weaver and Florence Milton. Y'all might not believe this, but someone had told me that, Teresa, it's no more Part A. You shouldn't run. You can't run. A friend of mine who was a Republican said, oh, no, who worked at the Board of Election. He called me up, he said, look, I don't see your petitions down here. I said, well, it's no Part A, so I can't run. He said, whoever told you a lie. It is Part A. I said, look, I don't have but 2 days. Really was, how many days? 3 days, David? 3 days to get the petitions done. Let me tell you all, that man right there, David Weaver, Florence Milton is not here, and myself, we turned in over 3,200 signatures. We waited till almost 12 o'clock that night, and the people that didn't want me to run almost had every heart attack in the United States of America. When we walked in the Board of Election, 1 minute to 12, and placed that I was on the ballot. So I'd like y'all to give my friend David Weaver, my brother, a round of applause. This is why David Weaver always will be my brother, always will be my friend, because David Weaver worked. And that's how he became the president of the Alice Rad Carnegie Democratic Club. I'm just going to say David ain't going nowhere. I'm just going to let y'all know, Brian. But I just want you all to know, I said to myself, and I've been saying to Brian, and I've been talking to some of the young people, and I keep saying this, I want somebody to come and take over this club and do righteous by this club, to come in this community and do things in this community, because I have never been against young people. And anybody who ever told that is a big bald-faced liar. And I'm going to say to you that I used to have the young people, as Brian could tell you, at my house strategizing. That's how he got to be more involved in the community, because I said, stop talking that talk. Walk the walk. And that's when I told him to get in contact with Tamika Mara, right there, and told him to get involved. And that's what I tell all the young people out there. Don't dismiss the old people, because we know. We want, y'all need to come now and do some work. I wish that I could put Selma, that picture, into every young people's head, so they will get up and get people to come out there and vote. So I just want to let y'all just know a little history of that. So David, you can now take it and turn it over to Brian.
Thank you, Teresa.
Stay right here, Teresa, please.
Thank you, Teresa, and I really appreciate the kind words. Give me a hug, girl. I really appreciate you, appreciate those kind words. And like I was saying before, it's time to pass this on. And I don't think we have to pass it on to a more qualified person than my brother here, Mr. Brian Benjamin. Okay? I wish I had a real torch to do. You know, but symbolically, I am passing the torch, the presidency, over to Mr. Brian Benjamin.
All right, Brian.
Well, I don't even know what to say, but thank you to Teresa, thank you to David. You know, we do have 6 honorees, so I don't want to be wrong with any remarks, but when I met Teresa, I was going to Assemblyman Keith Wright's office with a few people, and we thought the meeting was going to be with Keith Wright. And then when we got in the room and saw Teresa Freeman on the couch, and she took over the meeting, so I said, well, wait a minute, who is she? They were like, oh, she, you know, she doesn't need a title. She's someone who speaks the truth at all times. And she reminds me of my mother. That's why I gravitated to her so much. And she's been a mother figure to me ever since, and that was 5 years ago. So I'm happy to be involved in this club and happy to be a part of the team with her and David. One of the things I just want to say really quickly with the club, we want to do a couple of things. We want to start having monthly meetings. We are looking at the second Tuesday of the month at 6:30. If you sign our sign-in sheets, we will send out emails and blasts. I don't want to go through all the logistics of that, but we're going to have monthly meetings. One of the things we want to really focus on is affordable housing. We all know how important of an issue that is, making sure that we can be advocates to our elected officials on behalf of our neighborhood. This part of the district, from 110th to call it 124th, between 5th and call it 8th to St. Nicholas, has a lot of luxury housing that's coming, a lot of mixed use, a lot of things happening. And so we want to be active political participants in that on behalf of the residents who were here before what's been going on and those who are here now. So we want to be very, very good stewards of that. So that's just my quick plug. Please sign the sign-in sheet. We will let you know about meetings and all that's coming up. At this time, we would like to start giving out some of the awards. Teresa?
Before I do that, Mr. Alton James. You know, let me just tell you something about Alton James. Everybody be asking me, because Alton James, we always together. I've been knowing Alton James for 15 years. People don't know that. They say he's my husband, he's my brother. I'm going to tell y'all he's everything. I'm going to clear that up tonight. Everybody who asking who is Alton James, he's my brother. He loves me. and that's it. And the rest of the stuff is none of your business. All right. Yes. So the first honoree, let me just tell you something about her. I've been knowing her since she was a little girl.
Oh, okay.
I know her parents, who are really, you know, we've been knowing each other a long time. Their cousin is really my god brother. And we always been together. I always call her father bruh. I always call her mother sis. And they brought up some beautiful children. And they brought up Tamika. Tamika has not been non-stop, and I'm very, very proud of Tamika. You know, some people that start out and then they, you know, start talking yang, and they're gonna do this and they're gonna do that, and they stop. She has not stopped. Matter of fact, Monday she's leading a march in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King. I like you to bring up Tamika because I want her to say a few little things because she just started with a new radio show and I want y'all to know a little bit about it. I give you Tamika now. Yes, I give her an award. Okay, and she also get the key. Did she give her the key?
Yes, we got everything.
And did she get a flower?
Yes. Should I give her the microphone or you want
And
it?
she'll give her the microphone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is amazing. I'm sorry? Oh, I follow instructions. I've been following instructions from this lady for a long, long time. Long time. First of all, I just want to, I'll talk about Teresa. Excuse me.
The people in the back here.
I want to talk about Teresa in a few moments, but I want to start out by thanking my brother, Brian Benjamin. Maybe I'm saying something controversial now. I want to start off by really thanking my brother, Brian Benjamin, not just for having me here this evening, but really for being one of the only people that I can call as a younger person who's out here in the movement when I feel like I don't, necessarily know what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. I'm able to turn to him and he always gives me the encouragement that we're just different. We're different and we have no choice but to continue in the legacy and continue in the footsteps of those people who come before us, and we have to because it's been put on us to help save our people. And so I just appreciate you for being my brother in that way. It's always good to be around a man who's an attractive man and he ain't trying to get with you, and you can talk to him on the phone at 2 o'clock in the morning, and the man you live with is all right with you. So it's all good. I also want to just acknowledge my sister here, Rose Pierre. Thank you so much for being here and being who you are. Love you so much. And so many other people. I want to say about Teresa that she mentioned knowing my parents who are here with me this evening for a long time. And she has been sort of an extended parent to me for many, many years. I guess it's probably been 20 years now that Teresa has been a part of my life and a part of my career. And to be recognized by her, I know it's certainly not just because she thinks I'm cute. It's really because she knows the work that I've been doing and how difficult it is to get up every day and go against the odds and continue to fight and be a part of the struggle. So I appreciate you, Teresa, for acknowledging me, but not just me, for lifting and raising so many other young voices in this community and really being our support system. She gives us money when we broke. She gives us buses when we need to take people to protest. She finds a way to feed us, and we really just appreciate you, Teresa, and we love you. Thank you so much.
We now have, I want to acknowledge 2 people who just walked in the building. The president of the Martin Luther King Jr. Democratic Club, Mondell Davis, just walked in the building. And now she's getting surrounded. So listen. And our city councilwoman. Hold on, can I talk to her? Okay, let's give her this stuff. And our city councilwoman, the Queen of Harlem, Inez Diggins, has walked in the building. Councilwoman, would you like to come? I mean, you just walked in, but I know you're always ready. Councilwoman Inez Diggins.
Thank you so much. I want to first say congratulations to all of the honorees. Hold up, y'all, listen up. Because Teresa and this club and Brian are recognizing some imperative activists, some very important people who work on our behalf. And I wanted to say to both of them, but particularly to my colleague, my district leader, and my state committee woman, I wanted to say thank you for recognizing the ones that you do recognize today. Because frequently they do so much and go unrecognized. And no one ever says thank you. And now today, on behalf of an entire village, you are saying thank you. So I want to wish everyone a blessed, a healthy, a safe new year, that we may continue to be blessed with good health, peace, because God knows our community has not had peace. None of our communities. May God help us to bring in our future, our youth, our children, that we can do the best that we can to make them rise to be the men and women that I know that they can be. That God will continue to allow us to remain in our communities because of the lack of affordable housing. That we will continue to be blessed, that we can provide education for our young people. That in unity, that God will see that we recognize there is strength. So thank you for your support, thank you for standing up, and thank you for being who you are. God bless.
Our next honoree, thank you, Councilwoman Dickens. Let me keep this down. Our next honoree actually does not need an introduction.
Oh my God.
She is the Commissioner of New York City for domestic violence. I mean, I now know a commissioner who I've known before she was a commissioner, so I feel really good.
Yeah, that's right.
But Rose Pierre-Louis, in my view, is someone who, the first person you call when you're trying to get something accomplished, you need to call Rose. Rose is a trooper. Rose is loyal. Rose is about the work. She's got the fancy titles. She can't do political stuff now, but before when she was able to do political stuff, let's be clear, she had the big titles, but she was in those buildings, walking every floor, knocking on every door, stuffing buildings. And so she has a lot of respect from myself and from everyone in this community. And she's one of the, I believe, 2 commissioners for the city of New York out of Harlem. And so I'd like to acknowledge at this time our Commissioner for Domestic Violence for the city of New York, Rose Pierre-Louis.
So, good evening, everyone. Hello, Harlem. First, let me begin by thanking Teresa and Brian and David for this honor. I want to say for Teresa, when I first became a deputy borough president, Teresa was one of the first people to embrace me and support the work that I was doing. and support the work that Scott Stringer is doing. And we've had many a fun night here at Piazza Doro that we won't talk about. I want to thank Brian Benjamin, who to me is one of the most amazing human beings that I have ever met, and is doing so much in this community and is an ally and a friend. It's always nice to be recognized by friends in your community, and certainly David Weaver. We served on the community board together. We've had drinks together, and we have done a lot. And so there are a number of people here that I absolutely adore. Tamika Mallory, in my greatest time of need, that you were there by my side. Councilmember Inez Dickens, who has always been a support. Lonnie, who's been incredibly supportive as well, and my friends from Community Board 10. What I just want to say in terms of domestic violence is that this issue is something that touches our community. Excuse me. Shh. We've had an unprecedented conversation about domestic violence. And know that we sit right now at the crossroads of East Harlem and Central Harlem. And know that in Central and East Harlem, that this community is one of the top communities in the city for domestic violence and domestic violence-related homicides. So we have a lot of work that we can do jointly as a community, and I will look to this Democratic Club to help support the work of the Mayor's Office to combat domestic violence, because this is the #1 killer of Black women and girls. So at the end of the day, the question that I ask you is, do you care about the lives of Black women and girls? Thank you very much.
We got goodies. This is your award.
Thank you.
And that's the key. And we got flowers. And we have flowers. Okay, hold on.
This person that I find, I mean, you know, everybody know I got 26 husbands. He's one of those 26 husbands. He's a family man. He is a community man. And have not been recognized. I think it's a shame when you have people in this community or any community that going out their way to do anything to help anyone in their community, that someone shows something to them. And if everyone knows me, I'm not just giving an award today. I had the Face Award. You know what that Face Award was. If you had to show a face, if your face didn't look good, you got that face. And I told you about that face. Whether you had one side of a face, two sides of a face, or 400. So, to bring him up, I just like to say to you all, I like to bring you a person with one face. A person who has integrity for not just himself, but for everyone, Professor Colbert. I'm gonna stop the serving at the bar. He has helped and didn't even know me. I went begging. All y'all know I'll be begging in a minute, but he has helped not knowing or set eyes on me. When I went and told him that we was feeding people in the community for Thanksgiving, they were there. When I asked them and told them that we was feeding people for Christmas, they were there. If I tell them that something is needed in the community, they are always there. And you don't get that all the time in the businesses. We have people, businesses that are here don't give anything. and we still float right with them. That's another thing we need to start at the community board. If you don't come right, you don't do right, we don't do you right. Because you come into the community, we patronize you, and you do not patronize us. We're not begging all the time. But when we do come, at least do something. You have some don't want to give anything, but want you to come to their business. And I'm just saying to you, sir, that I appreciate you. I don't know, I ain't gonna say I love you yet. Your wife here? I have not made you one of my husbands yet. I got to speak to her first. Because I want her to get the understanding when I say husband. See, let me just explain something to you all. When I say somebody's my husband, it's because they're respectful to their family, they're respectful to what they're doing, and they help the community. If I say you my husband, then you mean something. If I don't say, nobody come and ask me, could you be my husband, but I ain't gonna give it to you. You got to be doing something in the community. And this man, I can say, and his establishment, Abdul, who I love, I might marry him, that I love very, very much. All the troops that are there, I love very, very much. They have been all wholly kind to us. And I just like to say, thank you, sir. Could you please come forward?
I don't know where to start. First of all, I wanted to say thank you very much, and words are scarce to thank you for this honor.
Be quiet!
I'm from West Africa, and I came to Harlem, and when I left West Africa, I thought that I'm coming to a different place. When I got to Harlem, I found myself at home. Actually, I was more comfortable here than back home. So, Sweet Mamas, it's part of Harlem. It's going to remain, and we will do more. And anytime you need us, please, our doors are open, and you can knock our doors anytime, and we'll be there for you and the whole community of Harlem. And thank you very much.
Where's Brian?
Oh yeah.
Now, he ain't say like come in the door every day now. He talking about really needed. I'm just letting y'all know, because if I see you, I'm going to stop. I'm just letting you know. You're quite welcome. Next round. Oh! Krim? Where is my Genesis person? Is he around?
I hope so.
He's behind me. Now, I met his wife tonight, and I told her, you know, he's one of my husbands, he's one of my sons, he everything. And told her, don't get upset, because you got a fine husband. And if y'all was to see that baby, I want the baby, but they won't give it to him. But I just want to say that he works with Brian, so I'm going to let Brian tell you something about him. But I want y'all to know that he is a wonderful young man. Don't move, wife. Come on up here.
She wants to take a picture.
All right, I'm going to be brief because I met Karim in 2001 when we were going to business school together. He was the first person I met on the way to business school, and I've known him for, we're not talking about that, but I've known him for going on 13, 14 years now, and he's one of the most honest people I've ever met in my life. He's a man of God. Those of you who don't know, he got his Master's in Divinity at Harvard. He is a trustee at First Corinthian Baptist Church. He started the company that I work for, Genesis Companies, in 2004, and has been building affordable housing in New York and New Jersey since that time, focusing a lot on green buildings and doing a lot of good work in building affordable housing. He could have gone and done all kinds of things. Society wanted to build affordable housing. But with that aside, I just want to say I've known his wife now. I knew her before she was his wife. I knew her when he was talking about her becoming his wife. And she is a special woman because I deal with him every day, and I've never dealt with a person more difficult to keep in one place. His brain is popping every 5 seconds. I'm always thinking about things. So Luz, God bless you for handling him when I'm not handling him during the day. But I love you, Karim. You are my brother. You've been with me from the beginning, and I'm honored to give you this award tonight. Karim Hudson.
First of all, I just want to say very quickly, thank you so much. Teresa, you know, you didn't know me. I got to do a picture while I'm doing. Oh no, you can take that from me. You know, you didn't know me that well when you invited me to your home, when you opened your heart to my daughter and to my wife, and that is just the type of person that you are. You are just somebody who's giving and loving, and we are so appreciative of you, and we just want to thank you just for this honor of giving us an award from you.
Thank you.
I want to say before I get in trouble and before I don't have a place to sleep tonight that I want to recognize my wonderful wife, who is a great wife to me. She keeps me in check. She keeps me going. She is a great mother to my daughter. So thank you so much for just being who you are, Lusamania. You've been a fantastic wife. Thank you so much. And to my business partner, Teresa, I just want to say to you, just like you said to the gentleman who is not going anywhere, I want you to know to my business partner, I'm not going nowhere. So, listen, this man has been a brother. We're so grateful at Genesis to be, you know, we pride ourselves on being community partners in the effort to build affordable housing in our communities. We have had the opportunity to build close to almost since 2004 when we started with just me behind the desk. Now we have Brian, now we have Nicole, now we have several other folks. We're up to now 900 units of all affordable housing. We've been an advocate for housing in this community. We have helped nonprofits even when we weren't part of the deal. And it's just been such a blessing to have Brian be such a gift to the community, to help bring us into the community. We live here, we're from here, and so I thank you as community leaders for opening your arms to us and allowing us to be part of the business community, to partner with you to do a great cause. So God bless you and thank you so much, Brian.
All right, Teresa. We got one more.
Now this person, Attorney Stephen Littner. He's not here tonight, but his nephew is here tonight. I introduced you to him earlier. Well, Stephen is in the bad shape that I am in. He's sick. And he's been sick for quite a while now. This man loves me. I mean, I've seen Stephen get up out of the bed when I was in the hospital. In Harlem Hospital, while Tamika was on the beach. Although she called me every day.
She's looking good on the beach.
Hanging out on the beach, crying, trying to get to Aunt Teresa. Stephen Littner came to that hospital practically every day. And I'm sorry that he couldn't be here tonight. But the person, you can't find a person that is representing him, is his nephew, and that is Mr. Alton James.
All right, okay.
Mr. Alton James, could you please come forward? I just want to say to you all, when I first stated about running for state committee, I said, I don't know how I'm going to do that. And I think they wanted to go to Copeland's. So they called me up and said, Teresa, I heard that Copeland's is closing. We're going to come pick you up and take you to Copeland's. I said, oh, that'd be good. You know, I love Copeland's. So we went to Copeland's and we ate. I had a little nip. And then he said, I want to give you something, but I don't want you to open it until you get home. When I got home, it was money to finance my state committee bid. I was so overwhelmed. I said, well, I don't know when I'm going to make it. He said, oh, please. And not just for monetary reason. Everybody, when they see Uncle Stephen, they be saying, that ain't no, yes, he is my uncle. You don't know. Everybody know everybody else's business. But I just like to say to Uncle Stephen, I'm going to call him later tonight, that I love him. And he gives to the community. He gives to the Adam Clayton Powell statue. When I told them that we was in trouble, they was right there. Anytime I tell them that we need help, they are right there. So I'd like to present to you for him, Alden James for Attorney Stephen Littman.
I want to say and underscore what has certainly been said here previously, that one of the great diamonds, the most sparkling jewel in the village of Harlem is Teresa Freeman. And she's been an inspiration for me because she shows that it's possible to be significant and have a good time at the same time. And her committee, she has this magnetism that attracts attractive people of vision and commitment. So whether it's Brian or David, Tamika, or the whole National Action Network family, or the Democratic group here assembled tonight, she inspires us, and it really is the catalyst to bring change which we need in this country. And Teresa is one of our national treasures, and on behalf of Mr. Leitner, we will continue our support as much as we can, because she's radiant, and we're stronger by being in her presence tonight. Thank you.
Love you. I will not leave this hump though without saying something. With June of the month and Moses of the Bible, if she's in here. I like y'all, this is another one of my children. June of the month, Moses of the Bible. I just like to say to you that she is someone that inspires even me sometimes. I be wondering. And I just like to say to her, and I want y'all to know her, because a lot of times, you know, people talking about emailing and doing all this stuff. It's June that's really doing the work for me. I call up all time of night, and she would do the work for me. And I want her to know through all of you all that I love her very much. Okay. All right. And she's from the National Action Network. And she says, Tamika Falk.
Okay, so with that, we're going to wrap this up. I want to give a special thank you to our DJ for the night, Maurice Cummins. Mo is here. He's going to put a little tunes on for us to have a little enjoyment, and we're going to not step on but thank you all for coming. To our mother patron, Teresa Freeman. For all of us who don't know, she is leaving town. She's going. Her mother passed, if you did not know. So please, send a prayer for her and her family. But she is going home tomorrow to be with her family. So Teresa, we love you. Thank you for being here tonight. Well, Teresa forced us to be here tonight. We're not going to get into that conversation. But Teresa, this is so important to her. She wanted us to do this tonight. Thank you all for coming. Thank you so much. All our honorees, thank you. And with that, enjoy. Stay as long as you want. Oh, money.